As a fast-growing company, the speed with which we execute is critical.
We need technology partners that can help us grow at the speed of AI.
At 𝗬𝗲, we believe AI agents are going to change the way people engage with the brands they love. Hi, my name is Greg Campbell, and I'm an engineering manager at 𝗬𝗲. We're proud to partner with the world's leading brands to improve the customer experience at every touchpoint.
Our AI agents handle everything around the customer experience, from product recommendations to customer service to subscription and account management. My name's Kevin Gao. I'm head of platform engineering at 𝗬𝗲. At 𝗬𝗲, we're able to quickly evaluate and leverage frontier models while meeting the security and compliance needs of our most regulated enterprise customers. Azure OpenAI from Foundry Models empower us to reliably deliver high-performing agents at scale.
In retail, 𝗬𝗲 agents reach over 90% of Americans. In healthcare, 𝗬𝗲 agents reach over 50% of US families. In financial services, our agents are helping the fastest-growing fintechs and many of the largest banks in the US and Europe to create delightful, more human customer experiences with AI.
Built with Azure AI Foundry, 𝗬𝗲 agents solve over 70% of all incoming customer service inquiries. Customer satisfaction scores of over 4.5 out of 5 are typical to see. And we're helping some customers reduce their contact center spend by over 50%.
As a growing business, speed is critical. Having technology partners that can move fast with us is paramount.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Good? Yes? All right. I know it's been a long conference, but we're still so excited to showcase a little bit more about what you can do with the amazing technology inside of Microsoft Foundry. So, over the last 3 days, you have learned a lot at Ignite. And really thinking about Microsoft Foundry is our unified platform for building, for deploying, and governing AI solutions inside of your organization with confidence. Now, what I want to showcase in this session is a lot of the customers that are really working with these technologies right now, so you can see how all of this comes together to power new solutions as part of your workloads too. So we're going to showcase a little bit about the complex challenges, right? The real world that we live in right now. So from legal data review to looking at how we have real-time customer engagement, we want to be able to see solutions that help there. So this session isn't focused on the technology like many of the other ones that we have at Ignite this week. It's really focused on the outcomes and listening and learning from our amazing customers. You'll see how Foundry Models accelerates innovation, it helps to simplify the orchestration, and ensures that we have enterprise-grade security and performance that you can move forward so that you have proof of concept, and we're accelerating to production faster than ever. Now, we have some amazing stories today, but there are so many more that you get to showcase, and I wanted you to learn as well about. So you'll see here, we've got some examples right here. There are over 80,000 customers who are using Foundry today, and they're powering amazing applications with lots of great results. There's deep dive case studies on all of these areas, and you can check out these customer stories later on. So it's just a great way to be able to learn and see how other people are implementing this into practice. Now, a great example of this I wanted to share is 𝗬𝗲 Realty. They have an amazing use case that we can all identify with. If you've ever gone through home shopping or apartment shopping, and you see those pictures online, and you're looking and you're like, hey, I can't quite imagine what it would look like with my stuff in it. What happens if all the other people's stuff was cleared out of there? And so 𝗬𝗲 is using Black Forest Labs to be able to use their new Flux Context Pro model, being able to showcase how the clutter is removed out of that too. And we have, amazingly, Enzo Chang in the audience from us at 𝗬𝗲 as well. It's great to have him here, too. So definitely appreciate you coming. So let's check out their amazing demo.
𝗬𝗲 Realty leverages Black Forest Labs' Flux Context Pro from Microsoft Foundry to transform home buying. This is a real-life view of one of the properties 𝗬𝗲 Realty has for sale. The photos shown are from a property that is still occupied, so some everyday clutter is visible, making the space appear a bit untidy. However, with our newly implemented Clear All feature, we can quickly remove these household items from the images, restoring the clean, organized, and aesthetically pleasing visual of the space. Already driving real sales, this technology is transforming how homes are seen and sold. Taking it a bit further, our use of the Flux Context Pro model technology allows us to accurately retain the original structure of the space. It removes only the clutter without altering the fundamental features, making it easier for potential buyers to imagine living there, all while ensuring enterprise-grade security and compliance with Microsoft Foundry.
Pretty cool, right? Yeah. So I wanted to showcase, of course, we have 11,000 models in Foundry right now that are available to you. All the different use cases that you have, we want to make sure that you have the right models to power your agents and your applications. Of course, we announced a whole bunch of new partners this week with Anthropic, for example, and lots of other new models that are coming as part of this. And so I wanted to make sure that we can start with those raw ingredients, right? In any of these factories that we have, we want to start with these raw ingredients, and models are the way to power that. But let's focus on our incredible customers. We've got some great stories to showcase with you and tell you a little bit about the different models that they're using. So today we're going to hear from Twilio, from Adobe, and from Relativity, and we've got some other good stories in here too. And so welcome to the stage. I'd love Anand to come up, my amazing partner in customer engineering, to introduce a little bit about what people are working on. Take it away, Anand.
Thank you, Naomi, and good morning, everyone. So in a few minutes, we are going to have these amazing partners come on stage and talk about how they are transforming operationally and having a real-world impact for their customers. Foundry, as Naomi mentions, provides a lot of great model choices and controls. I'm going to be specifically focusing on 3 key areas. So starting with multimodality. Foundry offers great choices on multimodality, especially with audio capabilities. With the rapid evolution of Gen AI models, we are seeing transformative nature in these voices. And Foundry provides vast controls. We have our own capable models for speech to text, text to speech. And we have models from other providers, obviously, from OpenAI. And then we have much capable natural sounding voices. You're going to see some of these use cases upcoming. On the visual front, we do have models from OpenAI, from Sora to GPT Image and Image Mini. We also have Mistral Document Intelligence and Document Intelligence from Azure. We have, as Naomi showcased, Black Forest Labs, Flux Pro, Flux Connect Context Pro, and you're going to see examples of these in the use cases. Twilio is a leader in conversational AI. They are reimagining how customer experiences can be rebuilt with AI-powered contact centers. They have built this amazing conversational relay solutions. I sat with them to understand what it is, and it's an amazing demo and architecture. To showcase the depth of it, I'm going to invite Andy Odover, who has traveled here from Chicago, and he's the VP of Product for Twilio. Andy?
Thank you, Anand. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. At Twilio, we envision a world where every digital interaction is amazing. And that can happen across any channel. Chances are many of you have gotten from any business you've had, from real estate to automotive to healthcare to anywhere in between, text messages, voice calls, emails, WhatsApp, with Twilio under the hood empowering many of those communications. So hundreds of thousands of communication events happen every second, with hundreds of thousands of customers across the globe every day. And we think the bar can be much higher than it is right now. And we want all of these interactions to be amazing. And what we see is when you bring together the communications channels to meet customers where they are in the moment at any given time, matched with good contextual data, and then AI in partnership with Microsoft Foundry, you can make these experiences go from clunky or maybe isolated to a 9-to-5 business hour to a conversation that can accomplish a task 24/7, 365, in any language, anywhere on the globe. And that's what we really believe is the future of a lot of consumer and business communication is going to be conversational via conversational AI. And businesses are seeing massive return already. We saw examples with the Sierra video earlier, and we see this happening every day. And we're really at an inflection point, especially as we see the voice channel continue to grow and grow. And customers are seeing, again, real ROI. The way we think about Twilio is one platform to make this frictionless, to bring context-driven data, so everything from social media to website clicks to app clicks to in-software behavior, all the way through user profiles, and have that data seamlessly hydrate profiles as communications happen. Every voice call, every transcription, every piece of sentiment gets fed back into these models. And then you map that with trusted AI and Microsoft Foundry and the model selection of your choice to build a holistic solution so these experiences can be good today, even better tomorrow, and great in the future, because we know the space is moving extremely quickly, and our customers see that the modularity of these components is really critical to stay ahead of the times. So that's why we're built for builders and developers to be able to build these applications and continue to innovate with every communications channel that might emerge, and add continually contextual data to these communications, and then map with trusted AI. So we'll get into a demo here and show this. It's a real life scenario, so the caller might be a little bit rude or frustrated at times, but haven't we all been? You're walking down the street with headphones, you want to change a reservation, your flight was canceled, something happened, and you want to get something done. You want to get something accomplished. You don't want to just be bounced around a legacy IVR, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, wait for someone. You want to accomplish a task. And really, all of us put the pressure on the technology of speech recognition, of generative AI voices, of LLMs, of tool calling, of many back-end systems that might need to be called, all in a natural language flow. And that's what we've built. So let's check out the demo.
Hi, Mitch. Thanks for being a rewards customer with 𝗦𝗽𝗀𝗀𝗶ecie 𝗜𝗫𝗺𝗁. How can I help you today?
So I bought a $100 gift card from your store, and I went online, and your site keeps giving me errors when I try to redeem it when I didn't do anything wrong. So either your website is terrible or your gift card is just broken.
I'm sorry. Let's get that resolved. All I need is the 8-digit code on the back of the card. You can either read them to me aloud, or you can simply text a picture of the code. Which would you prefer?
Let's do text, that sounds easier.
I've sent you a message. Please respond with a picture of the back of your gift card.
Okay, I just sent it.
Thanks, Mitch. Give me 1 second to process your card. The card has now been redeemed. I've added an additional $100 credit to your account. You now have a total of $124 of credit available. I can send you an email with the full transaction information. Would you like?
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
The email?
So notice how I'm going to try to interrupt the agent the rest of this demo, and it's going to be able to handle that seamlessly with Conversation Relay.
I've sent you an email with the summary of this transaction and your new rewards total. As a valued customer, if you want to place an order now, I can give you a 30% discount. I see your last couple orders on your account were for an iced pumpkin cream chai latte.
What? No, I don't want that. My partner must have ordered that using my account. I would like my usual medium caramel frappuccino with 1 shot espresso and no whipped cream.
Great. Should I use your rewards credit for payment with pickup at your usual location?
No. Yes to the order, but I'm traveling in business in San Francisco, and I'm in the Mission Bay area. I'd like to pick up in like 20 minutes.
We have 2 stores near the Mission Bay area. Would you like me to send your order to 496?
I don't care which one you send it to. Just send me a Maps link to whichever store you send my order to.
Great. I've texted you an order confirmation and a navigation link with the store's address. Your order will be ready in about 15 minutes. If there is anything else I can help you with, let me know.
That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mitch. Enjoy your drink and have a great day. If you need anything else, just let us know.
Thank you. So let's quickly dive into what happened. As you can see, the caller is activity on the left, and you can see this is an omni-channel conversation. We all have our devices. In some cases, that could have happened entirely via voice, but often we want a text message, maybe a link to sign something, or like a Maps link, or an email conversation to ensure that what just happened was memorialized, and we have that later on. And so at Twilio, we bring all of these channels together, but the most challenging piece is that voice piece. It's loud often in arenas like this, and speech recognition must be great. And so we bring, with Conversation Relay, the best providers out there in speech recognition. Every time you might refresh your X feed, there's a better, newer, faster model out there. And so we're partnering with Microsoft to be able to bring these models in, both on speech recognition, generative AI voices as well, because every brand might want their own branded voice. Or you might need all of these and this same situation in 50 different languages. So we have you covered there as well. And everything on the left, Twilio is handling for you, including the utterance detection, the voice activity detection, interruption handling, because that often happens as well. We're adding server-side noise cancellation and everything else, because as we know, if you're feeding this type of data into models on the right, it's not just garbage in, garbage out. It can be garbage in, chaos out on the other side. So you really need to get these pieces right. And where the magic happens too is everything on the right with Microsoft Foundry and all these different models is our customers are able to tune, choose, and build out these full workflows and train them on given use cases. And that's why we see the voice channel really exploding right now, is because customers are finding given use cases, discrete use cases, applying this construct with Conversation Relay, and good model selection and tool calling. As you could see, there were multiple things being called, from maps to receipts to an order system and things like that. And customers can easily plug those in on the Microsoft platform as well. Really nail that use case and then grow to production. And that's what we're seeing right now. And it's been really fascinating to see. As we say at Twilio, we can't wait to see what you build. And with this partnership, I think a lot of magic is in store for us. So thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
Thank you for the partnership. It's an amazing story. And I could hear a couple of people in the back were asking, is it a human or an agent? It's an agent. So amazing voices. They do it over 70 plus languages worldwide. And next is Costar Group. They are revolutionizing the home search with generative AI. They are using the large language model, GPT-4 real-time for instant dialogue, and Mistral 3B for mobile natural language processing. They essentially use Foundry to deploy these models cost effectively and uses Foundry control plane for observability and other areas. So take a listen.
At Costar, we're innovating with conversational AI to transform our customer experience. We own a number of marketplaces like Homes.com.
Every month, more than 100 million visitors come to Homes.com to use our data to make one of the biggest decisions of their lives. It can be difficult to navigate an extensive number of filters when finding the home that fits all of your criteria.
To solve this, we built conversational search on Homes.com with Azure AI Foundry models.
We need security, scalability, and a lightning-fast conversational AI model. Microsoft has the solution we need.
We built the new conversational search using GPT-4o real-time API audio models from Azure OpenAI because they're so low latency and stunningly accurate. We're using Mistral and Azure AI Foundry for text search because it's incredibly efficient, allowing us to fine-tune. No other model catalog comes close to the ease and affordability of Azure AI Foundry.
This is a transformational new search experience. It offers complete flexibility and a way to interact with the search in a natural way.
Homes for sale in Newport Beach with a pool. Which one of these homes are walkable to coffee shops?
These homes have coffee shops nearby that are walkable up to a quarter of a mile away.
Please show me the kitchens.
Azure AI Foundry is helping us build a solution. Our data is secure. We can scale for millions of visitors. And we're radically improving how people can search for and find a place to call home.
So Costar is powering over 100 million users monthly, and thanks to our model providers in Mistral as well as OpenAI, and they are using the power of the Foundry. Switching gears from multimodality, reasoning models. We recently launched GPT 5.1 reasoning models. We have XAI's Grok models available. These are essentially providing adaptive reasoning, conversational reasoning with low latency inferencing. To showcase this, we have Adobe Adobe is someone that I grew up with, over 30 plus years of just using PDFs. And enterprise is flooded with unstructured data. And Adobe is essentially using the entire volume of enterprise data is being reinvented with generative AI. To showcase the power of what's happening, I'm going to invite Nikhil Kumar, who has traveled us all the way from India. He's the engineering manager for Adobe Acrobat Services. Nikhil?
Yeah. So when we think about Acrobat, it is synonymous with PDFs and documents. And PDF is the universal document format for exchanging information in the form of documents. And every day, our team thinks that how should we reimagine that entire experience people have with the documents. And from that boring static experience in terms of making it dynamic and making it interactive, how we can sort of reimagine that entire experience. And we are now embedding AI into everyday document workflows that people have. And this is, we created an Acrobat AI assistant where people can simply start a natural language interaction with the PDF. Think about it, like PDF is a format that existed for almost like 3 decades. And now it was fairly static format where whether it's a 1-page document or a 100-page document, there is a standard way of reading it, go line by line, page by page. But now we have created an assistant where user can decide what exactly is the goal they want to achieve and how exactly they want to interact with the document. They can start with getting a summary of the document, quick insights from the document, start by asking the questions that they are interested in, decide themselves whether they want to spend like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, or they want to spend 30 minutes with the document. So it's an entire reimagination, and this is a solution we have built using the Azure AI Foundry models. And I'm going to be covering in terms of how we are doing it. But this solution has been available to all the users, and now we took it to a next level and then created a solution for understanding the collection of documents together. So that was about interacting with one single document, but there are multiple different use cases where we want to understand a collection of documents together, related documents, contracts with addendums and all those things. And that is where I think we process all the documents together as a one collection, try to synthesize information, insights, and then present all that view to the user. So what better way than using PDF spaces itself to understand what is PDF spaces. So I'm going to be a quick demo of what exactly is possible with the PDF spaces. So I have a bunch of PDF spaces in my workspace, and this is one of the PDF space which is about all the content that explains the capability of PDF spaces solution. I'll go inside, and as soon as I go inside, we start processing the entire collection and then start synthesizing information from that collection. And soon the information should appear. So it appears, welcome to the guide, and what all we can do with the PDF spaces. It explains the different things, and then it suggests a set of questions that I can ask. I can ask any question I can type in, but then there are suggestions that are coming up, and I can simply ask a question by clicking on it. So this question is now going to be answered at the back end using our stack, and then which is using Azure AI Foundry model. We get all the information, the answer to this question. And the important thing is that we are also providing citations. So this is basically to handle the case of hallucination, that user have a trust in terms of whatever information is coming, it is grounded in the content that the collection has and the set of documents have. And they can cross-verify what exactly is coming from where. And then we continue kind of serving the question. So I think we strongly believe that asking the right set of questions unlocks the information and knowledge, and we keep on recommending user what exactly they are going to be interested in, and they can keep on continue that interaction in that way. Going back to the thing that we did the demo. Now architecture overview in terms of how we are doing it. So there are 2 phases to it. We take the document or the set of documents together, we process it, synthesize, get information from it, and then we chunk the document and then put it as a part of a vector DB and create a session for that entire interaction. That's the preparation phase. And then when the user comes later, and then in the next step, when the user asks a question, we process the question, create an embedding, get the related content, the standard RAG thing. But then at the time of extraction, we just don't extract the content, but as well as the structure and the other information of the document. And that is something we augment when we are sending the content to the Azure OpenAI Foundry. We use bunch of different models for different workflows, depending on the complexity of the workflow. We use the different models, and we are constantly upgrading to the newer model, something we are already evaluating GPT-5 in terms of moving over to it. Apart from the models, we also use Azure Content Filter because AI ethics is extremely important to Adobe, and I think we use Azure Content Filter in terms of making sure that whatever we are serving to our user, it is really adhering to the standards and ethics standards that we set for Adobe. And I'm going to be covering more in terms of all features we are using. Apart from the models that we are using, we are also using Azure API Manager Gateway for the load balancing across multiple different pools. Content filter is something that I already covered. We are using Data Zone because there are data residency requirement in terms of making sure that the data gets processed within a particular region for certain enterprise customer, and that is something that we are sort of using from Azure AI Foundry. Reserved PTUs for quality and SLA. When the premise and the promise of the entire solution is that we are going to be saving time, serving, it is not just about the quality of the content, but also about how fast we serve and how soon we serve. Nobody wants to see that a spinner on the screen when they are interacting. And for that, we need reserved PTUs. So just a stat, in the power users who are using this product are able to save 2 hours every day, which kind of counts to 40 hours every week, and something like 5 extra days of that they get in their working month. And this is something which is powered by the reserved PTUs, and then the Azure portal in terms of getting insight, in terms of what all capacity we have, how exactly are we doing, do we need to increase the capacity and all. And last but not the least, I think this is a product that we have been building along with Microsoft for more than 2 years now. I think we started almost when the Azure OpenAI models appear, and I think we were probably among few of the first customers who started working with Azure on this. And we have done multiple different product launches together, multiple different product solutions together. We are using all the latest and greatest models from the Azure OpenAI Foundry, but Azure AI Foundry, and then we are also working with the team, both the engineering team as well as with the technical account team, in terms of building the right solution and taking it to the customers in the right manner. And this is just a beginning. I think this is what we have. I'm really excited for what we have sort of coming ahead along with the Microsoft team. Thank you.
Nikhil, it's been a great partnership over 2 years with Nikhil and team here. So shifting gears from multimodality to reasoning, we switched to code. Obviously, we are extremely thrilled to have Claude models who have been powering GPT, who have been powering our GitHub Copilots and other Copilots in Microsoft. We also have OpenAI's models and Grok series of models as a part of our coding. To highlight this, I want to talk about relativity. So we have a great partnership with relativity, and amazing story because one of the hardest problem is working with lawyers and legal, because we have mountains and mountains of documents there, and how do you sift intelligence out of this? To talk about this, I'm going to invite John Banta, VP of Product of Relativity, who's been here from Chicago. So John, please welcome.
Thanks, Anand. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. For those of you who are not familiar with Relativity, we're a legal tech platform company rooted in e-discovery. And that's the process of searching and analyzing vast amounts of electronic data during a legal proceeding or an investigation. And we power some of the world's most critical legal, compliance, and investigative work. And our platform must preserve trust in global matters while handling petabytes of highly sensitive data. Deployed across 19 Azure regions, our flagship SaaS product, Relativity One, supports hundreds of thousands of users across the globe. And here are some examples of the types of projects for which our customers rely on Relativity. They're tackling some of the most challenging matters, from litigation to investigations, regulatory requests, contract reviews, public and private sector information requests, and even cyber data breach response, and much, much more. Now, as I was preparing for this trip to San Francisco, I found myself thinking about the gold rush that occurred here in the 1800s, and how those early miners faced a challenge not unlike what our e-discovery practitioners face today. And they sifted through tons of rock and sediment in search of just a few ounces of gold. And I love this picture as it shows that their success depended on their tools. They had shovels, pans, and sluices to separate the precious from the ordinary. And fast forward to today, our users face digital mountains instead. We've got terabytes of email, chat logs, documents, spreadsheets, and even body cam videos. And just like the miners, they're searching for the nuggets of truth hidden in all of that data so that they can take action on what matters. Now, our modern day sluice box is generative AI. At Relativity, we use an ensemble of specialized models, each built for a specific purpose, working together to accelerate insight, filter out the noise, and surface the value most effectively and much more effectively than ever before. Now, all of our AI products sit atop this foundation enabled by Azure, enabling Relativity to power not just litigation, but the entire legal data intelligence landscape in an end-to-end platform. One of our innovations this year is our new prompt kickstart model, which is built to amplify and accelerate the power of Relativity's AI for review by getting users into the document review process faster. It takes the artifacts that they already have, like a disclosure order, and automatically generates the right prompt criteria for the downstream processes. And let's take a quick look at that process in action. So this is a quick demo of AI for review with an investigation involving a hypothetical company. Let's call them Big Thorium. And imagine you just received an urgent request to investigate a claim involving potential bribery. The first step is getting past a common challenge in generative AI workflows, which is drafting that right starting prompt. And for this, we developed Prompt Kickstart, where all you have to do is upload case background documents and AI will take care of the rest. Drafting an overview of the matter, identifying key people and organizations involved, and any important terms. From here, you can further refine the prompt as needed. In this case, let's say the claim suggested a very expensive watch was involved, so let's add that detail to the overview. And many of our customers are using this process to create prompts in a matter of minutes, literally. And this is making it easier for a single lawyer, even one that's completely new to Relativity, to get up and running, saving hours in the process. Now, with the prompt ready to go, let's kick off AI for review, powered by our models running in Azure. AI takes that input and applies it to a sample set of documents to provide a preview of the initial result set, and it gives the user an opportunity to make any refinements as needed. From this initial result set, AI shows predicted relevance for each document and provides a summary analysis along this top header bar. And additionally, it provides clear explanations for its reasoning, giving you much greater confidence in the results with transparent rationale coming from the documents. And of course, you can dig into the documents. You can drill into any of the documents to view a basic summary and description of what was found to more immediately understand and act on AIR's analysis. Now, there's so much to show in such little time. This is just a very high-level overview, but our users are seeing amazing results, higher accuracy, faster turnaround, and the peace of mind that comes from operating securely in Azure. And to showcase this, I want to show a quick clip where some of our customers speak to what the impact is of using these tools in their day-to-day lives.
Or at least for our Chief Security Office and our privacy and compliance teams, being in Azure was something that was easy for them to digest. We're also within Azure, so they're understanding the platform, the security around those platforms. For our legal teams, in terms of being able to gain trust within the tool and product, I think was just being able to see the results. Being able to not have something be a black box as to why a document is responsive or non-responsive has been allowing them to be able to gain confidence in the results of the data sets and that their prompts are actually generating what it is that they're looking for within the collections.
The machine doesn't get tired, it doesn't get cranky, it doesn't have sick days, it doesn't get confused, and it gives you this insight on every document. which is amazing.
And that's it. So thank you very much. We'll pass it back to Anand. Thanks.
Thank you, John. What a great story. The peace of mind with which you can operate in the platform really resonated with me, and that's why we have launched lots and lots of enterprise promises in this Ignite conference, from managed network isolation to identity access control, data protection, and the entire Foundry control plane. So a lot of amazing capabilities across security, scalability, networking, and reliability. And I'm going to welcome back Naomi, who promises an amazing demo, which I think we have not seen before.
No,
so,
exactly.
Thank you, Naomi.
Amazing, thank you. So, inspired by our customer stories? Yes? Yes? Good, I am. I think they're amazing outcomes. So hopefully you've seen the breadth of stories that are out there, the amazing work that our customers are doing, implementing incredible sets of models. So with all of that choice that we have inside of Foundry Models, we want to make sure that you're aware of the latest and greatest. Because I know model choice is a big issue, right? So I get it. 11,000 models, there's so many things. You've seen our amazing customers and what they're implementing. But I do want to make sure that we reiterate, Model Router is generally available. We get generally available this week. Model Router is a great way to get started. If you're not sure which model, if you want to optimize for a specific prompt, you want to look at cost versus quality and those trade-offs, this is a great way to get started. But as Anand said, Model Router is just, the beginning of what we're doing here, because we want to make it easy for you to be able to consume all of the technology that you need, be able to use the right thing for your particular use case, and optimize for your scenario. So Model Router today works across our Azure OpenAI models and now our direct from Azure models that are text-based. But I want to show you just a sneak peek for the future. And to the stage, I'll bring 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 from my team. She is going to show you just a sneak peek of something that is coming very soon, which is our image-based model router. So check it out. Go ahead, Mel.
Thanks so much, Naomi. So there's a lot of variability in our multimodal suite, from cost, latency, and editing, especially as we get into image and video. And so a couple of days ago, I developed a really basic application using GitHub Copilot, which just goes to show how easy it is to develop these kinds of things these days. But my real goal is showing you how simple it is to choose a model without having to navigate the entire model catalog. So first, let's optimize for quality. We'll start with a simple and aesthetic prompt. As you can see, the router chooses Flux Context Pro, which is known for generating high-quality images at a fraction of the cost. It's also my personal favorite. Now let's increase the complexity of the prompt just a little bit and add a little bit more subjects. And you'll see that the router chooses GPT Image 1 Mini. This model is robust enough to handle the complexity of the task, but is still a bit cost-efficient compared to its predecessor, GPT Image 1. As the image generates, you'll notice the attention to detail and the way the pans in the background are reflecting the light. And I think this is really unique to this particular type of model. So let's switch things up a bit and change our routing profile to cost using the same prompt. You'll see that almost immediately, the router chooses Flux Pro, which is one of the fastest and cheapest models that we offer today in terms of images, and it still looks great. Finally, let's go with our most complex prompt and optimize for quality. This particular prompt requires more structural composition and involves diagrams, so the model router will route between GPT Image 1 and GPT Image 1 Mini. It not only considers photorealism, but also the semantic understanding behind a particular request. With just a few examples, I showed you how easy it is to optimize cost and quality without thinking too much. And I really think this resembles the shift in AI that we're seeing today, because people are not only choosing models, but they're choosing outcomes and intent. Now I'm going to hand it back to Naomi to close out our session.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mal. Yay. So I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. That is your special sneak peek of what is coming across the different capability areas that we have for Foundry Models. So not just images, but of course we want to look at all of those other capability areas in the future to make it easier for you to consume the information that you need, get the applications that you need built, and not have to worry so much on model choice specifically. So, of course, with Microsoft Foundry, there are so many things that you can do. I hope that you have been inspired to be able to build out today, be able to understand how you can have model selection as part of this, but integrated into all of the other services that we have with Microsoft Foundry. And of course, be able to use the integrated developer experience that you choose to use, right? So that's the wonderful thing here. These models, these capabilities, our entire layer cake of services here are available with understanding around control plane for orchestration, and then being able to use, of course, our security, compliance, and governance promises as part of this. So please go build in the IDE of your choice. Now, a couple of things that I wanted to mention. So check out, if you haven't already, with Microsoft Foundry, ai.azure.com. And of course, we have we have an SDK that's available. Please check it out. We have amazing developer community channels. If you have been inspired by our incredible customers today, please check that out and join our GitHub discussions too. And then here's some other sessions we would definitely recommend for you. There's some things going on today. And then, of course, you can watch the replays from the last couple of days as well. Just an incredible amount of things. We will have our speakers come over to the stage for a quick Q&A if we're able to. We have about 5 minutes left on our clock. So if you have a burning question, please come to the microphone. Otherwise, we will say thank you so very much. It's been incredible to have you all. Thank you.